Okay, so I wanted to take a second and go over the email that I just got. Now, Mickey, first I want to thank you for sending us the information so we can kind of go through and help you guys with this. So, looking at the email chain here, I see that you guys want to have a budget of 4,000 for utilities and rent. I see that there 4,000 for utilities and rent, and you could do 5,000 bucks as a max here, and it looks like your parameters can go closer to 45, and I see that as well, right? So based on that, let me show you guys what we are looking at here from a broker perspective. Now, this is our system. It's called CoStar. It's the number one system in the entire world for commercial real estate. It has billions of properties in it worldwide, and it costs commercial brokers. I think our biggest expense. The average firm spends about 20 to 40,000 a year just to have access to this information. Now, what I did was I used this database as one of our tools to determine where options are in the marketplace. Now, looking at this, combined with my experience in the marketplace, which I've been doing these deals for about 10 years in the Houston market, I want to show you guys what we're looking at here. When we focus, excuse me, when we focus on industrial space, which is right here, when we look at 10 to 12,000 square feet, when we look at a rent of about $5 a foot, which is your budget, if you want to have a space like this for about 4 to 5,000 a month, we're looking at an asking rent of about $5 a foot. In the entire quadrant of Houston, there are 7 results. I left everything else blank here because we don't want anything else to screen out options. I want to show you guys everything that's available. So there are 7 options in almost the entire city. That's how low the price is. Now, if you look at that and say, well, I only need one property, so that's not a big deal. So let's look at it and see what we're getting at here. So for 933 Harbor, this spot here is going to require a 3 or 5 year lease. It was built in 1920, so it's an older property. Doesn't look like it has the land that we may need on the property. Well, it may. It's pretty tight. It's going to be pretty tight. This may not have the layout that we need, but what's going to kill this deal for you guys is the term. They're going to need a 3 to 5 year lease. 8 to 9 months will make it not feasible. 1702 Rothwell. This doesn't look like a fit. There's no yard. You can see the condition of the property. This is not a place that would look like an ideal fit based on our conversation with Mickey. But Rothwell, the rent would be low enough if the term was there, but the term's not there. They need a 3 to 5 year minimum deal. 100 Hogan Street. As we look at this property, looks like it has a nice little yard on it. It's a very large industrial space. It's 95,000 square feet total, where there's 10,000 square feet available. So what you would essentially be getting is a shell here. They would do no build out, but they also need a minimum term of 3 to 5 years. You're going to hear that consistently as we go through. So 11718 McGallen Road. This shows you a shot of the parking overhead. We can see this is a much larger manufacturing space. And the reason we're seeing a lot of these show up is that when the price gets this low, the places that rent at that low of a price are usually these super large distribution centers that lease out at the lowest possible rate because people are taking massive amounts of space. This is not an ideal fit for us. So none of these spots, in my opinion, would be a fit, but I want to explain why you see this there. Okay, let's go to Gulfcrest. Gulfcrest Road here with the lot space. This would be one of them. Well, this would be very tough as well. That the curb appeal on the front looks nice, but I think we'd have challenges with parking because you can see there parking would be an issue. The rent would be close to be in line. Looking at this aerial shot here, we can see that the parking lot's going to be pretty limited. This is a different use entirely. It needs to be changed. Impossible to do for 8 to 9 month lease. None of these landlords are going to want to make the changes necessary for such a short period of time. Here's 6315 Dumble. Simple metal building here. it's going to require a massive amount of work. And you can see a picture of the inside here. So for 8 to 9 month lease, it wouldn't be a viable option. If we look at the aerial pictures here, they have a small area for a yard, but it's just not a practical spot that would fit. And last but not least, 2906 Holmes Road. And you see the huge lot here. This is just an entirely different use. So overall, what I want to say is, as we look at this market, and as you can see here, you know, this is the Beltway. This is 610. We have the entire half of Houston here, from 45 all the way out to the Beltway. And I would tell you that these are not viable options because of the term. The term is too short. We need a minimum of 3 to 5 years on something like this. And also the price. If you have to have 10 to 12,000 square feet, then the minimum rent you need to have is going to be at a minimum 75 cents a foot with that 3 to 5 year term in order to get some viable options. And if that's what we're doing, that fits the same parameters that we've already shown you. So let me know if you need other details in regards to this. I want to make sure that we give you guys what you need on the market. But I hope this information was helpful. And thanks for watching.